fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drinking coffee with my friend, we're gonna do it again. The GG Rated podcast coming to your ear holes.
Just stop and stop. Don't listen to me, because once we get going, it's all about you and me. Here we go. I can't make a rhyme, but we're gonna have fun all the time. That's what we do. We just try to be true. So let's roll.
We're the whitest boys you know. You can tell
But we
by
definitely
the
got
way
some
we
soul.
Yeah, there you go. We'll figure it out. Keep messing around. Find
We're just trying to get to this chorus. Right about coming up. Welcome to the GG Rated podcast, guys. Glad to have you. Let's ride. Man, so tell me, episode 59, right? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe episode 59 could be.
Maybe.
We've been off for a little while, guys. So there's a lot has happened. So first of all, welcome to the GG Rated podcast. We go over tech, gaming, movies, and news, among other things. And usually the format goes like this: introduction. We talk about our favorite gaming moment of the week. We go over gaming news and deals, and then we go over our main topic. But today, this is going to be a little bit less formal of a podcasting experience where we're just going to talk about what's been going on in our gaming lives, what games we've been playing, what computers have stopped working, and general life update before the year's end. And maybe we can also talk about some of our goals that we hit this year,
Yeah,
maybe something like that.
I kind of like those ideas. I know you and me kind of talked about a little bit of, we started going over some stuff. I know they had like the game awards. I might talk about that a little bit, but we just wanted to kind of have a good little chill moment. It's been a couple weeks. It's towards the end of the year, holidays, right? Got the baby coming. Your computer went kaput on you. If you can tell by his voice a little bit, he's having to use a different mic. If you can tell, we got a lot of things to talk about.
I'm on the Steam Deck right now, man. I'm on Discord on the Steam Deck. I do have another computer right here, my old desktop, but I got it over here, like strictly downloading games and stuff for later. So I'm on the Steam Deck on the headset.
He's on the dial-up, guys. He's on dial-up now. He is on dial-up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
There's so much happening. My computer went kaput. We're having a baby. We're going to induce labor this coming up Friday on the 19th of December, 2024. And also we're building a house, which we're going to move in February. Just lots of stuff happening. So.
But guys, y'all stick around, chill out with us, kind of catch up. We'll tell you a little bit about ourselves, which we don't really get a chance to talk about too much throughout the year. We kind of just go into the games, go into the gaming news, talk about the latest stuff. So if y'all stick around this episode, we'll talk a little bit about what our plans and goals are and have a little fun with it. So with that being said, G-Ray, how was your week, man?
It was good, man. It's been kind of a blur. And
no, you're supposed to say it was terrible because I set you up for that because your computer just went kaput. Tell him about the computer, man. Hey, we have to go straight into it. We have to go into that.
So I actually have it right here. So this is my main rig. It's a Lenovo Legion 7i.
It looks nice.
Gaming computer. It is really cool, actually. It has never let me down except for a few days ago.
Don't throw it.
I don't even
don't
think
throw it.
Dude, I don't think it's the computer's fault. I really don't. I will say I was watching some movies on it from like one of those movie websites.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it like downloaded a virus or something.
Whoa.
But I've done that before.
Stop here. Let's stop right here, Josh. Let's stop right.
Well,
don't you want to clarify your statement you just get? Like, what?
Oh, yeah. Like, okay, so here's the deal. So sometimes I'll be in the mood to watch like.
Stop.
It's not a porno movie.
Okay, thank you. I just want to get that out there.
Okay.
Listen how that sounded. Let me stop you for one second. I'm not trying to talk over you.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Dude, you're totally right,
I watched a movie on this website. And then I'm like trying to stop you. And then you saw it. Yeah, sometimes I get in a feeling every once in a while. I'm like, Josh, tell them it's not a porno.
To bed. Yeah. I like to pull out the old gaming laptop and just, yeah.
That's great.
Here's the deal.
Great.
Here's the deal. I have these different streaming platforms where I can watch movies, but sometimes it's just a lot easier to be like, hey, go to this like movie website that's got them all. I don't have to dig through them. Toonami Aftermath works great. I don't think you're going to get viruses there. I went to another one to watch like John Wick or something, or I forget which movie it was. But anyway, so I could have, a movie playing in the background, and I was playing like Indiana Jones, and that's a new game that came out, so I was playing that. I was actually able to play it in 1440p, not max graphics or anything, but that's the kind of power that this laptop has. Like it can do stuff like that. It's got a 2070 Super in it, and I was doing all that and put the computer in hibernation mode. I think I lost your sound. Are you talking?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I muted for a second. Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
Yeah. So what is this?
Toonami Aftermath.
Dude, Toonami Aftermath is dope. If you haven't been there, we talked about it. That's the best thing you ever showed me. Yes, it's so awesome. It's like streaming 24/7. Like old anime. Toonami,
this is Cowboy Bebop
movies.
Just streaming.
Oh, I know exactly this one. I know this episode. It's a great episode.
I'm totally distracted you from here. I'm sorry, guys. If any of my listeners right now,
Cowboy Bebop is awesome, by the way. So, hey, here's my pregnant wife. Hey, pregnant wife.
She is almost there. Hey, Raven.
There you go.
I'll see y'all this weekend. Finally.
That's right. So anyways, I put my computer in hibernation mode, nothing unusual. Like I have pushed this thing and it's always held up great. Well, I get up the next day, I'm going to log on and do something, I think. And I see there's a new update for Windows. So I'm like, oh, I need to apply that update. And in order to apply it, you got to restart your computer. Hit restart. When it restarts, it comes up to the splash screen for Lenovo, and it just keeps on spinning. It's got the little spinning icon.
So it doesn't make it to the Windows screen. It's just to the Lenovo screen.
Into Windows. Yep, never boots into Windows. So I'm sitting there like, huh. So eventually I have to kind of like look it up so that I can go into the BIOS. Yeah. And I'm in the BIOS, and everything looks great. We try some different things to try to get it to work. This whole time, there's a button on the side of the laptop where if you put a pin in there and hit it, it'll go to another. Oh,
I see it.
Kind of hard to see. It's like a tiny pin.
Yeah,
mark.
I see it.
If you click that, it'll go to it's called the Novo button. So it's like its own BIOS where you can like just freaking reset that thing back to factory. And we did something in the BIOS beforehand. So now we can't even boot into the BIOS anymore. So now
so what you're saying, I got ahead of yourself
to restart it. I think that's what happened. I'm not totally sure, man. It was doing some weird stuff. So I don't think the hardware is broken. Yeah. I think it's something to do with software. So it's going back to Lenovo, and hopefully they can fix it. It's okay if they just like put this thing back to stock and I start over. I don't care. There's stuff in there that I don't want to lose, but it's okay if I do. So
you've been mentioning going back to like factory for a while now, though.
Yeah, because I got dude, I've downloaded apps from China so that I could get certain cameras to work. Like, it's got all kind of stuff on there bloating it up.
You remember that? Remember that one too?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know what that is that you just said. Is that a word?
Yeah,
Is that a Chinese word?
No, it
What
really is.
that?
It's one you told me about when I first got my PC. It was called
What is
Hatchie
it?
something. It's where you can hook up your any camera and use it for like a podcast or whatever.
Bro,
Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
I know it's very wonky, but it works. It works.
Yeah, dude, that story of my life. Wonky, but it works. That's what I do.
Guys, and I'm going to ask you, all the listeners out there that's listening, because we do have some pretty good listeners now that tune in every week. And how many have y'all ever had something like this happen? First off, because if you did, leave a comment, let Josh know ahead of time. But if not, have you ever had something happen in general with your computers at all? So I'll kind of go into it just a little bit. I'm not trying to compare here because he's in a very bad spot right now. It would make me sick to my stomach, honestly. But I had my computer for the longest time. It seems like it was like overheating and doing stuff or something like that. It just kept messing up. Every time I went to play a game, it would just mess up every time. Fans would spin really, really high. And finally, I remember telling Josh every time, it's not overheating. There's no way it's overheating. I got that thing clean. Well, sure enough, on the other side of the fan, there's like a heating element, like a little, I forget what you would call it, that sits on the CPU or whatever. But
like a cooler?
Yes. It's like a metal grid kind of thing. Anyways.
Yeah.
When I take the fan off, I looked at it. It had like full of dust in there. And I was like, oh, that's got to be it. And now as soon as I clean it, it's fine. Like it's been happening yesterday to me. And, it happened to you when we was trying to play a little bit of games yesterday. And as soon as I clean it up today, like right now, I cleaned it up today when I had a second. It's perfectly fine. I'd be fine for 2 more months. It's like, but every 2 months, I got to clean that thing. And, it's just crazy how much, a console, you can go 20 years without cleaning that thing, with dust and all that. But these PCs, man, they just eat dust, I feel like. And I'm not saying that's the problem that you have, but I'm just saying like, if you don't upkeep these PCs and if it's a little bitty thing off, then your PC's just shot. Like, I mean, there's nothing you can do. So
when I replaced I stuck in an additional 2 terabytes of storage in this laptop not too long ago. When I did that last, I cleaned it out. So I don't think that had anything to do with mine, but yeah, totally. You have to take care of these things. They're delicate machinery if you let stuff get in there and get too dirty. Right now, I'm actually running on the Steam Deck, and I'll show you.
That's so crazy.
So if I didn't have a backup, like I think you can see.
Look at that. Look at that, dude. Isn't that insane? That's insane.
Over here is my other monitor with my desktop hooked up. I have an old
Hold it on that Steam Deck one more time. Hold it real still. Look at that, guys. If you're looking at this on YouTube, on the podcast right now, Josh has his mouse, his keyboard, and he has a dock with his Steam Deck, and it's just sitting there powered on a
hooked to a widescreen monitor. So it'll do it, man. It's awesome.
So, I mean, it's, you think about a lot of people get that thing just to play handheld version of games, right? But you sit here and you can actually use that as your computer. I mean, that's like a backup computer for you. If you're in a pinch or something, hook it up and there you go. So people forget about that aspect of the Steam Deck.
Yeah, for like business and stuff, like emails and all that. Yeah. I mean, it's always good to have a home computer, and with the Steam Deck, not only is it a gaming device, but you can go into desktop mode and do all those things you would have to do. Like if I have to do something online, it's easy just to flip that on. But so if I was totally computerless, it would kind of suck. But I got backups. They just don't run as high quality as what my laptop could do.
So there's a couple of things. I wanted to tell you this. I don't know if you know this yet. I haven't told you about it, but I actually ordered and this finally came in. If you ever got an order from Elgato, do not order from their website. Just get it off Amazon. Pay the extra $10, whatever you need to do. But my wife let me get a Cam Link.
Ooh. Yeah.
4K cam link. So this is not the one for the game systems, right? I still got to get something like that if I want to, stream my PlayStation on my Switch.
You could use that one though for a
I don't
game
know.
system.
I
I'm
can
sure,
try.
right?
I'm going to try, but I don't think
Does it have
can.
an HDMI?
It does.
Hook up on it.
It does. But
as long as you do the HDMI out from the game system to that, and then that to
they're saying that this is the camera one, so it won't do it. But I don't know. I'm going to try it. But what I got this for is to hook up my DSLR camera to give me actual 4K. So because right now I'm on a 1080p, guys. If you look at the image, so hopefully this thing will hook up into my DSLR, and then I can use my Elgato 1080p camera for like my hands or something like that, give a second camera kind of action. So
yeah,
I'm kind of excited about that. But I had to order with this a mini HDMI like input to the camera to go to the full HDMI, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know a lot about when he goes to game capturing, Josh. So I'm trying to figure that out. But I ordered a couple extra cords so I can hook it up and try that out. But I think that'd be pretty cool for our streams. Because if you're listening, if you haven't listened, Josh streams on TikTok, GGRated on TikTok. I stream on the Evans Jr. channel. We used to co-stream a lot of times as well. And we even stream on GGRated on YouTube. Both of us does on YouTube. So if you see us, man, we've been doing a lot on this live streaming and stuff, so y'all can play with us. So make sure to check us out.
I'm going to go ahead and download TikTok Studio on my desktop and get that downloaded while we're doing the podcast.
Sweet. But man, do you mind if I talk about just real quick, just kind of moving on from your computer? The Game Awards was this past week, and I don't know if you know too much about it. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I just kind of want to just go over it a little bit and kind of get your thoughts on it just real quick, Josh.
Yeah, do it, man.
So I know you was I'm going to start with the big one straight off the dot. Game of the year, I told you this was Astrobot, and I know you had some concerns on that. So can you tell everybody what your concerns were about Astrobot?
Yeah, so my main thing is it kind of took me by surprise, because my only experience with Astrobot is that's the little dude that kind of like introduces you to the PlayStation 5, right? So it shows you how to use the controller and do different things. That was kind of Sony's flagship maybe character, like a Mario type for Nintendo for the PlayStation 5, and I think everybody loved it so much that they made a game out of it. And I don't know much about the game. You told me that the game includes a bunch of like IPs from Sony.
It does.
So that's really cool sounding, but I haven't seen hardly anybody talk about Astrobot, and that's why it took me by surprise. It might just be my algorithm too of why I haven't seen a lot of it, but I haven't heard a lot about it. So I was just like, Who's been playing Astrobot? I don't know,
So it's been released for like 3, 4, 5 months or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think you nailed it. You compared it to like a mascot of like Nintendo. You know how PlayStation used to have all these IPs mascots like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, all them.
God of War.
You can compare Astrobot to like another IP. Yeah, Nathan Drake, all that stuff. So the teams that they was going against Astrobot, just to kind of put in perspective here, is Balantro, which we all know because Blaze has been texting and showing me and everything. It's a card game that's very addictive. Balantro is a very, very well-made game. I wouldn't say well made, but a very good game made by one person. And then you have Black Myth Wukong, which everybody thought the Game of the Year award got stolen from them. That's the best game, they said. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree is a DLC. If you remember, Elden Ring got Game of the Year a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was the first time they ever allowed a DLC to go into Game of the Year nominee.
I don't agree with that. It's already had its time. Like if it was a whole other game, I could see it, and maybe the DLC isn't equivalent to another game, but it's still not another game. So
it's not. It's not.
Why would you put that in the running? Yeah,
I don't agree. And it opened up the door for DLC for forever to go into there, and I just don't like that. Imagine seeing 3 or 4 DLCs as Game of the Year nominees, you know? So then you got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I love, but it's just not as good as the first one. It's kind of going downhill a little bit because they're going crazy with the story. And then Metaphor Refantasio.
I saw a little bit of that. I kind of looked it up. It looks more like an anime looking inspired game.
Yeah, so they won a lot of awards and everything. I'm going to call out these awards just real quick for you. We're not going to go too crazy into it. Like I said, Astrobot Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Astrobot again for Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Metaphor. All right, that game. Best Art Direction, Metaphor. Best Score and Music, Astrobot. Best Score and Music is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So you know they're going to have the best music, you know. Mm-hmm. Best Audio Design, and guess what game won this, Josh? Hellblade 2. Sena's Saga, Hellblade 2, Ninja Theory. Yeah. So you know that audio design. I want to play that. I still haven't played it yet. It's so good. I beat that game, guys. So good. Did you buy it on Steam or did you play it on Game Pass? Game Pass. Oh, okay. So Best Performance goes to Melina Wargins, Hellblade 2. So she's the best actor. Like, I agree with that 100%. Innovation and accessibility. Really, she is. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown with Ubisoft. Wait, that's kind of a different art style too, isn't it? Like 2D. Yes. So innovation and accessibility. Yeah, it is good. I got it on the Switch. A very good game. Games for Impact. Neva. I don't know what that is. Best ongoing game. Helldivers 2. And they just released a new update we'll talk about in just a second, I'm sure. Best community support. Baldur's Gate 3. Best independent game, Belantro. So the best indie game is Belantro, which is crazy. It's a card game, man, by one person. Best debut indie game, Belantro. Best mobile game, Belantro. Best VR AR game, Batman Arkham Shadow. So you know how they released that on VR now for the MetaQuest 3. Remember that, the new Batman game for MetaQuest 3?
Yes.
Yeah,
so that's very good too.
It's called Arkham Shadow. Batman Arkham Shadow. It actually won Best VR game. Best action game, Black Myth Wukong. We have got to get this game, Josh. I'm telling you, I'm hearing so many good things about that game. Oh yeah, and I think it plays good on Steam Deck too, right? It does. It's on Steam. It plays really well. Best action adventure game, Astrobot again. Best RPG, Metaphor. Best fighting game, Tekken 8. Best family game, Astrobot again. And you got best sim strategy game is Frostpunk 2. Okay. And best sports racing game. So just come back in a little bit. Josh is telling the son, "Hey Sheppy, hey buddy." Where was I at? Best family game, Astrobot, right? You see what I'm getting at though with Astrobot? It's won so much, but it's like that family game that people have been craving for, man. Nintendo hasn't really released too much. And you know, it just sells out. Best sim strategy game is Frostpunk 2. Best sports racing game is F124. Oh, I'm sorry, is EA Sports FC 25, a soccer game. I don't want to hear anything, Josh. I don't want to hear anything. All right. Most popular sport on the planet, you mean? Soccer? I knew this. We had an argument the other day. I'm a football guy, guys. I am all football. And he was like messing with me so hard about, no, soccer's the real sport. So best multiplayer game. I don't like it that much, but I'm just saying. He just loves messing with me. Yeah. Best multiplayer game. Can you take a guess? Helldivers 2. Yes, absolutely. They won it. Yeah. Best adaptation. Dude, yes, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but just by us playing last night, how much we were laughing and smiling the whole time. It was great. Hands down, the best multiplayer game. It really was. And just a couple of matches we played too. So Best adaptation, Fallout. So that went with movies. That's for movies. Best adaptation. Most anticipated game. You know what game that is. Take one guess. The most anticipated game coming up.
Okay. The most anticipated game is probably Death Stranding 2.
Absolutely not. How do you get Death Stranding 2?
Gen Design or Project Robot is my most anticipated game.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is going to break the internet. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about it.
But my most anticipated game is the new game by Gen Design, the same people that made Shadow of Colossus.
Oh,
it's called Project Robot. That's the one I'm most excited about. Like, I will buy a PlayStation 5 if it's only on there.
They make some awesome announcements. I think I think everybody gave it an A or a B overall. Content creator of the year is Queso. I don't know much about this guy, but it's been all over the internet about this guy. I don't know what the deal is. Apparently, he was a single guy, like by himself, created the game. I guess he's the one that created Balantro.
Which game are you talking about?
I think he's the creator of Balantro. I'm thinking they call him Queso. Queso. So
really good
everybody loves Queso. Best esports game, League of Legends. I'm going to try to run through this real quick. Best esports athlete, Faker. Best esports team is T1, and that shall be it. So, nice. Overall, great show, man. Lasted a while. I enjoyed it tremendously. Yeah. They actually had who's the old Indiana Jones? What's his name? The old Indiana
Harrison
Jones.
Ford.
He came out on stage at one point, which was super cool
because of the Indiana Jones game. He was out there kind of talking about it. Yeah, and
then he did a nomination, and then who's the guy that played on Breaking Bad? Not the older guy, but the younger one. That's the star in Breaking Bad. I don't know actors' names.
Walter White,
not Walter White. His sidekick.
Oh, Jesse. Was the
What's his
name? Jesse.
We're gonna say Jesse.
That's the only name I know about.
Jesse came out and did a nomination as well, dude. But the coolest thing about the show, I don't for a game, I don't know which one, but I forget. But let me tell you, the coolest thing of the whole show, Capcom was doing game world premieres with a whole freaking orchestra, dude.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like they was playing it, cool. And they was playing.
They brought out 21 Pilots. They did a song with another band or lady. Oh, his name is Aaron Paul, by the way.
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
I should have known that, but it was just so cool with the orchestra and all that playing, and they had a widescreen TV behind the orchestra, so when they're playing, it's showing the scenes of the game and stuff. It was just an all around awesome show, and I got to give it to them on the 10th anniversary. So I'm glad this award show is still here, even though I miss E3. So,
yeah.
But you want to tell them about your? Are you there, buddy?
Sorry, I was looking at Project Robot, dude. That's my bad.
Want to tell?
We have a special guest. Ellie, come here. Ellie, come here. It's Ellie dog. Come here, Ellie. Up. It's in my dog.
Look at that. Look at that
it's
puppy.
Ellie dog. Hey, Ellie dog.
He's like, let me be. Man, you gotta watch it. They're gonna ask for Ellie to be on the podcast every day. Before you know, you're gonna have a chair and everything.
He's a sweet dog.
She's gonna be sitting right next to you.
Right. So I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention as much. I'm so infatuated. I was trying to find out if this game was going to be strictly on PlayStation, but it says it's being supported by Epic Games. So I'm hoping it's not on the Epic Games Store. That would suck.
It would. I hate that launcher.
Yeah. So the game that I am most excited about. There's a teaser if you want to play it.
Yeah.
It is.
What's it called?
Project Robot. Project Robot teaser. It's Untitled Gen Design Game is kind of the title. So, nearly 7 years after the release of his last project, Fumito Ueda, the developer best known for Ico and Shadow of Colossus, announced his next project. It's currently untitled, but a difficult to see bit of text in the teaser today suggested its code name is Project Robot. So at the Game Awards, it was revealed this was his next project. And by the looks of it, it looks like you might be piloting a giant mech, which the head looks very much like the Shadow of Colossus design. I mean, it looks a lot like one of the giants, one of the Colossus from there. But for the audio listeners, in the teaser, there's a slightly futuristic looking humanoid that jumps off a jumping platform onto the robot and then climbs up maybe its spine, and it's like lighting up and stuff, and gets on the head, and then the head takes off of the body, and there's like a big wave of energy or something approaching the robot. And you can't really tell much of what's going on. I think you might be muted, Gino. I don't really hear you talking.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it looks like there's something coming at him, and he lifts up on the head off of the body, and it starts just like a wave crashing into buildings, and he's above the waves. But all of a sudden, at the end, you just see it just take out the head.
So it kind of looks like they took a lot of the tech from Climbing Colossus, which, man, still looks great to this day. I actually beat this game again on emulation. So, but it looks awesome. Anything with giant mechs that actually move like mechs, like giant, slow-moving, chunky boys walking around like Pacific Rim style. That's the mechs that I want.
You know what I'm worried about, though?
A game like that. What's that?
If you look at the very, can I go back to this scene real quick and kind of just break this down for a second? So when you look at, let me see if I can. All right. So we're playing this, right? I'll turn off the volume on this. So when he jumps up right here, if you watch the next few seconds when he jumps up, his animation of the body, right? It kind of reminds me of PS2. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Now, I know this is probably alpha and all, but I want you to look at it real quick. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of that. I was watching a little bit of that earlier. It looks like his feet aren't quite grabbing the ground properly, but this is early build, so I don't have a doubt it's going to get
when
kind
he
of
turns, guys.
out.
Just to kind of detail a little bit, he goes and he has to turn to the right instead of like turning with his legs and stuff. It's like his whole body just shifts and just like floats and turns. Like if you remember right on the PlayStation 2 and all that, you used to go forward, back, right, and left. There was no like smooth motion and all that. If he turned right, he turns straight right and runs, and it's kind of like that, and you're kind of like gliding. Hopefully they kind of fix that towards the end, but I mean, I'm with you 100% though, Josh. You got me on Shadow of the Colossus on emulation, and I beat the game.
Good.
I beat it. We did a whole, guys, if you want to check it out.
I didn't know you beat it.
Yeah, I beat it. And we got the whole podcast on it, guys. So if you want to look into it and see what Shadow of Colossus is about before this game comes out, I will link that video that we did, Shadow of the Colossus review, on this. It's an older video with us, so bear with us. We got a lot of things worked out, but it's a great episode. We actually had a lot of people look at that episode for Shadow of the Colossus. It's a great game. Josh got me onto it. It's one of his favorites. I know I'm kind of speaking for you. I'm sorry, buddy, but
dude, it totally
I get excited
it's like
with
my
it.
Top 5, for sure.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be worth it. I agree with you 100%.
There's another game from the same guy called The Last Guardian that I played a little bit of. It's only on PlayStation, and that's one that I want to play through as well. I just don't have a PlayStation, so this is really making me want to get a PlayStation. Though, like, if this is an exclusive for PlayStation, then, dude, I got to get back on the. I was always a PlayStation guy for like most of my
me too
life,
me too, except for the 360. I was huge 360 because of multiplayer. I think a lot of people were, because it was new. You wanted to play with your buddies. This what I'm showing right now on there is The Last Guardian, but there's another game that was announced on the Game Awards I was pretty excited about. It was The Witcher 4. The Witcher 4 is coming out. So I know you just started playing Witcher 3, correct?
Yeah, I played the beginning of it. I sure did. That was my first time ever experiencing that.
Yeah. So with The Witcher 3, I got to jump back into it. I got like 10 hours into it. But I'm hoping that The Witcher 4 was it what's the girl's name? Do you know? Is it Celie?
So the new Witcher game.
It's going to be featuring her. Yeah. So I got to get Josh to focus, guys. If I give him the focus, we'll be back on track, guys.
I was looking for a charger for my
He's
headset.
like, the new Witcher game? I said, yes, I said the Witcher game.
Everything's falling apart, dude. Well, you see, I haven't played it enough to know the characters, so I think a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people are pumped about her being the next character for The Witcher.
But it needs to be, because that's how the story goes. That's how it ends up. It's a continuation, and they need to get used to that. But all I'm saying is, I think it's going to still be a great game. What people ain't thinking of is you got Unreal Engine 5 now. So can you imagine when you see Witcher 3 right now? It's like beginning a PS4, Xbox One category. Now you're going to have like, I mean, by the time it releases, you're going to at least have probably Unreal Engine 5.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's going to be cool. There's a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipe, man, but I have learned to kind of manage my expectations, because I've been burned in the past with the hype. AKA Starfield is one that there's so much hype on that game, and not saying it's not a good game, but it was not what I expected. I mean, I thought I was going to be able to hop in there with you and like really do some space exploration, but
Josh, that just reminded me. Did you see Outer Worlds 2 then? Because we can't do Starfield.
Outer Worlds 2 looks cool.
What we wanted to do with Starfield, jumping in and going space, I think Outer Worlds 2 might be our way in with Game Pass, you and me getting on there, because it's on there now. I think it's actually released. I think
Outer Worlds 2 is released?
I think so. I believe so.
Yeah, we might have to hop on there.
Let me look I'm looking it up right now, guys, as we speak. Okay, no, it says 2025. It will be on Game Pass on PC and on consoles. So in 2025.
Game Pass always amazes me.
But man, that it's supposed to be even bigger and everything. So that would be something we can link up together, probably actually stream together and have some fun with, and actually go and finally do what we've been trying to do for years, is link up in the space world and kind of have some fun with that. So I think that's what we need to look forward to, because Starfield let us down on that. Now, if they make like a Skyrim but Starfield style, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be super cool. I would like that. I'd like that a lot.
So, man, let's go into just real quick. Let me ask you something. So, tell everybody what's the plan, man? I know you got the baby coming. Let's talk about that a little bit, man. You got the baby coming, possibly this weekend, right? I mean, tell everybody how you feeling, man. Are you nervous? Are you ready?
I'm a little nervous. We're going to induce labor on the 19th. So we'll probably be having the baby on the 20th of December, which is also my birthday. So my daughter, my youngest child, and myself will have the same birthday, which is going to be cool. So I'll just be kind of hanging out on the 19th at the hospital. Might go get some dinner and bring it back to my wife. Just kind of chill, because I'm also going to be off work for quite a while with maternity leave. So that's going to be wonderful.
So you're a little nervous at the baby being born, or them being on your birthday and sharing your birthday?
Oh no, dude! I'm excited for it to be on my birthday.
I'm just messing with you. I know you are. I'm just messing with you. Yeah,
I love that. For some reason, it's like, man, I've been so celebrated and had some really great birthdays, and it's like it's going to be exciting to like watch her on my birthday. I don't know. There's just something kind of like new about it that is really fun to me. But I'll be bringing my Steam Deck to the hospital. I'll be playing some games while I'm sitting there chilling. I mean, it's either that or just like sit and watch TV or something.
So any of the fathers out there know the most epic legendary status is the chair. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, all I got to do is mention the chair. Are you looking forward? I have to ask the question. Are you looking forward to the chair? And are you sleeping on that chair?
Yeah, I'll be sleeping on that chair.
What do you think about that chair? Tell us what you think. Is it as bad as what people are saying or no?
It's not wonderful. But it's
do you have any tips?
Not the worst. Just bring your pillows from home. Bring lots of pillows. So I got a body pillow, and then I have an additional pillow for my head. And if you like maneuver those just right, you can get comfortable enough to have an okay night's sleep.
See, the dads complain so much about the chair, but the ones that's really having the whole big ordeal, it's not even about us. We're just distracting here. It's the wife sitting over here giving birth from a baby.
I know, dude. I'm very much like, I'm so glad to be born a man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's great things about being a woman, and I'm sure it's beautiful having a child, all that stuff. But man, it seems like a lot that they go through. So more power to them. They're tough.
Well, I'm specifically excited for y'all. I'm actually excited that it landed. It just so happened to land like the weekend I'm off, the weekend going in to see family as well for Christmas. You know, it's the same weekend that my best friend is having their child, you know, so it's just, it's so cool how things just kind of work out somehow. My wife was coming up to me today and was like, can you believe it just worked out where they're probably going to have their child, like their little girl, on the weekend that we're going in, we're traveling up there. You know, it's just, if y'all don't know, we live 4 hours away from each other. He actually lives closer to where I grew up, in a small town in Alabama, and he lives close to there. So I live all the way down at the very bottom of Alabama, about 4 hours away. So, you know, when I go in to go see family, I try to spend some time with Josh a little bit, but it just so happens he's having his child, and hopefully I get a chance to go and be able, you know, everything's good. Mama's healthy, baby's healthy. Come in and see y'all, say congratulations, get to see that cute little girl, and get ready for a good Christmas coming in.
So you just reminded me, and that's so awesome that you're going to get to come. That's great timing. All that's wonderful. Me and my wife were having a conversation in the shower together. I was kind of like rubbing her back a little bit. You know, this is what married people do.
Yeah.
And we were having a conversation, like we have two boys, and they are like so handsome, like beautiful kids. And me and my wife were kind of joking with each other, like, listen, I really hope I hope that our daughter isn't just like ugly. Like, I hope she kind of falls in line with, they're beautiful boys, and it's like, what if she comes out and she's just like rough? Like, I'm gonna love
let me
her
say
just
it for you, because
same.
you can't. You saying like looks like a boy, like a boy, like straight guy.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's just something funny we were kind of laughing about. You know, because they're both like just beautiful kids.
Well,
and we're like, what if she's an ugly baby? This is gonna be so funny.
So I'll say this. I won't worry I'll tell you this. I know you're not really worried. I know it's just joking around, but
no, yeah, we're just joking.
On the other hand, you ain't got to really worry about it, because the crazy thing is, like, my daughter looks so much like me. You know that, you've seen her, like spitting image of me, but like at the same time, she is like so beautiful. And it's just so weird. It's like just certain features and stuff like that. It's not like she used to get mad. It's like, I don't look like my dad, but like now she kind of understands. She gets it, like, I got features like him or whatever. Like sometimes she'll mess with my wife about that and say, that's why I look like dad, not you, you know, like that. So, but she is all 100% attitude like my wife, though. I will say that. Yeah. So she's got the same spunk and everything. So I think even if this little girl comes out and looks identical to you, man, it's going to be a beautiful baby girl, and you're going to be spoiled forever. You're going to spoil her forever, and you're going to be wrapped around her finger. That's all. That's it. Sure. That's it. So
That's going to be interesting, because I'm used to two boys and we were literally fighting like an hour ago. We were wrestling, all that stuff. And I don't know how things are going to be with her if she's going to be into doing that, but
yeah. Oh, she will. I wrestled with my daughter this morning and beat her tail a little bit, roughed up a little bit. Yeah. She looked good. So let me tell you what happened. So we start wrestling. Shep is just beating me up on my back. I'm trying to like pin Addie down. And so she gets loose. She goes outside. And so I lock the door on her. You can't get back in. Well, this little sucker runs all the way around. And I start thinking, I'm like, how's she going to get in? I got the front door locked. Well, she knows the code to open the garage. So as she opens the garage, I run over to the garage. Shep is still following me, hitting me the whole time. And the door opens. She sees me. She starts screaming like, ah! So screaming. I'm like, stop, Addie, stop. You're screaming in the neighborhood. People's going to think you're getting killed, like you're about to get killed or something. So, but yeah, we had to. Trust me, you have just as much fun, or if not more fun, wrestling with her. I'm telling you.
That's great. Yeah, but I'm excited, man. It's gonna be cool. Be cool.
I have to tell you this too, because I know you experienced some of this. So when I'm coming in to see the family for Christmas, me and my brother are treating my parents to some gumbo. Ooh. So we're buying the gumbo stuff and we're treating some gumbo with some blue crab, some shrimp, and all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I think my dad's going to end up cooking it. I think because he knows how to cook the gumbo really good.
Yeah.
But we're buying all the ingredients and stuff for him, so we're going to have some gumbo for Christmas this year.
That's awesome. So that's what's up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's really cool.
I figured you'd like that.
Oh yeah,
probably like it more if you like
gumbo.
Hey Raven, we'll be right back. Okay, just right back. I promise.
Yeah, man, I can still taste that gumbo. So good. Didn't your dad have some the last time we went to their house when y'all had
it was spaghetti, wasn't it though?
It was spaghetti.
And you liked his spaghetti. Yeah, you liked the spaghetti.
Yeah, it was really good spaghetti. Mm-hmm.
Now, what was I going to say? Let me ask you this: is your wife? I wouldn't say let you. Are you cool with when I come in? If we go at the hospital, we need to go out and smoke some stogies, celebratory stogies.
Okay, so here's what I would want to do too.
Okay,
stogies, yes, definitely. Also, our favorite pizza place is like right down the road from the hospital, Pies and Pints. So if I could promise my wife, like, hey, I'll get you some pizza, I'll bring it back to the hospital. You just let me go for about an hour, go drink some beer, eat some pizza. If we could squeeze that in, that would be cool too.
That's the thing we're gonna have to talk. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. And so I do want to try that place, but we'll definitely talk about all that.
So good, dude. So good.
Because I think the last time we were supposed to go, if y'all don't know, is in Montgomery, right? Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah, it's in Montgomery. Yeah.
Pies and Pints, he told me about it. And I looked at all the reviews. It's like 5-star reviews. So if you're in Montgomery, Alabama, try Pies and Pints. It seems like it's going to be an awesome place. I have not been yet, but Josh swears by it. So
it's the best pizza I've ever had. I love it.
Yeah. But what else you want to talk to them about, man, before we roll out of this thing?
We'll just do a little bit of housekeeping. Things have been so busy at the end of the year. We're planning on Gino's been doing quite a bit of TikTok stuff. We're probably going to do some TikTok stuff tonight. I was wanting to play some Helldivers if you're still available. I don't know if it's too late for you, but
I'm down.
I'm planning on streaming on TikTok some Helldivers too. There's a new update. That was one thing that they talked about on the Game Awards. New update for Helldivers. There's like alien, zombies, vehicles. We played some last night. It was awesome. So we're doing that. That's
spaceships kind of flying out of the sky, falling out of the sky.
That's kind of the only new thing going on. Some stuff that I want to do, just what I'm kind of dreaming about too, is making more like edited videos, maybe showcasing something, maybe some ideas for some like fun videos, some like entertainment. My son and I, not too long ago, did one where like it was a video about he was able to control me with an Xbox controller.
Yeah, that was super cool. That was funny.
Video game control dad or something, I think was the title of that. I want to do more things like that, just like more fun videos. That's kind of what I've been dreaming about lately.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I think just doing some skits, having some
Yeah,
fun,
some skits.
some different skits of like gaming related stuff for our channel, where we do different kind of things. And also maybe our gameplay we have a format now with TikTok that actually saves our videos, so we can go back and actually edit those short videos and at least get y'all short here and there. So, and y'all can always join us on TikTok while we go live and we play as well. So I think we got the live portion kind of situated pretty good now when we play and somebody to join us. But I do want to kind of go into, like you said, the goal is to kind of get some skits going for the channel and stuff and kind of get some videos going out on that. So y'all stay tuned for that. I think 2025 would be a great year to kind of get started on all that. I know it's the holidays, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to, will we be able to get another one in with the new baby and the New Year's and stuff?
Maybe so. It just depends. I mean, it would be kind of cool to do some sort of Christmas stream. Maybe we could stream that. I don't know. We'll have to get together.
We're going to try to get one more. I'll say this. I'll try to get one more podcast in before the end of the year, guys, even if it's a Christmas or New Year's. Get a little podcast stream, kind of go over some stuff, maybe talk about exactly. We're going to kind of nail these goals out and kind of look back on this come next year and see what we ended up doing and go from there. Totally. But I do know one goal that we did end up doing that was pretty cool is your buddy, Matt. We did interview a developer on the GGRated podcast that we was committed on doing. So we have hit our goal this past year, which was super exciting. That was super cool. We have to get an update next year with him as well. But guys, we got some things we're building. This is a slow build for us. This is fun. Yeah. This is a hobby. I'm here with my best friend. We're talking it out. You know, we're not the formal kind of people of like, you know, we try to do a format, but we just kind of, you know, we make mistakes. You know, and
totally.
So, and we make do what we have.
If it was all about the views and stuff, we would be trying to chase that algorithm. But this is about the passion of just talking about stuff that we actually enjoy. So it's going to be a slow grow, and we're going to bring people along the way with that are kind of like-minded about the same kind of subject. So
absolutely,
I think we're slowly going to build something really fun, and maybe. Yeah. You know, we'll probably appeal more to the 25 to 40 years old group. I don't know. You know,
we'll like take the 18s and all that. Yeah.
I'll take it. But maybe they can relate to us as dads and as gamers. That's kind of what we started off with of like, hey, there's not enough of that out there. I don't think.
There's not.
Dad gamers. So, here's what I want to do. Here's one thing for a goal that I want to hit. I want to collaborate with another YouTuber and do some sort of collaboration. I think that would be cool.
As in collaboration, as in what? Can you
maybe have another YouTuber on the podcast or another podcast host that has their own podcast, get them on ours. Maybe somebody in the gaming world who also does YouTube would be really cool to have on our podcast as well, and kind of see how like-minded they are on things. That's kind of a goal for me, and it's a good way to kind of like get kind of seen out there more from maybe their community, and just work together to build something really, really cool. So I've seen people do that, and I think that would be cool.
I think we got a situation of we're getting, like I said, I'm getting like better cameras. You know, you're getting a better machine, maybe a new PC this year.
I'm going to be building one.
Might be getting a new camera. I don't know. I don't know what your situation is, but we're getting all this new different kind of things and different styles. We just did a new theme that we have right now that you're looking at that I think really fits as well. It's simple. So we turned out a lot of this stuff, and he's talking about, and then so we got that situated. So now I kind of agree with Josh here is let's try to collaborate a little bit. Let's try to get out there with some of these people that have the same mindset of us, of gamer dads or game moms and stuff like that, and talk to them and kind of share our interests, and we can help each other out on the community. And I think if we do that, I think it gets even more fun. But at the same time, we reap the benefit with our community that's joining in, listening here, of kind of growing. And
absolutely,
because
that I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I would just wanted to add one last thing. Is I know it's there and it can happen. It's harder on YouTube, but you and me have both put ourselves out there on TikTok now, and you see how fast the growth is on TikTok by just us playing games and just having fun together. So it's there. Right. We just don't want to push it to a point of making it a job. We want to have fun, you know?
Yeah. Just enjoy ourselves. And it's fun to talk about this stuff. I mean, this gives us an opportunity too, as best buds, to be able to like sit here and actually discuss things that, you know, it's just more, it gives us a better opportunity to engage these certain subjects to where we might talk about it more casually and not go into explaining as much. This kind of gives us a greater ability to expound on things when you're doing a podcast that's also trying to be a form of entertainment too. So it's fun for us to do this. And one thing I want to jump more into too is Nintendo. We're going to be getting into, you've already been like a big consumer of Nintendo stuff. That's the only physical media that you collect is Switch games.
Ah, you remember.
And I want to start to do that too, because honestly, they're like the last remaining ones who are going to be doing that, I think. And I want to start doing that. I want to start diving into that and maybe jump into retro again. I know we were doing a lot of that in the beginning. Like, it's just kind of whatever the mood kind of swings and we both agree on. So
I think we got a lot of plans. And I feel like the plans that we did is stuff that we've done now. It's not new stuff to us anymore. I feel like it's stuff of like, okay, what do we want to go back to now? What is something that we really enjoyed? And before, guys, if you look at our early videos, the theme and what you seen, the visual probably was not there, but our entertainment was like, we was playing the retro games. We was setting up with this software called Parsac, and we was playing multiplayer retro games, and we was playing the Shadow of Colossus, and we was doing GG ratings and stuff like that. So we did a lot of this stuff and tried a lot of different stuff of something of like, what is it that we enjoy? And we've talked a lot, and I'm kind of letting you in on kind of our inner conversations here a little bit on this podcast. So I don't know. I'm sorry about this, Josh, but we talked about like, what are we going to have fun with? Because we don't want to get on the podcast. Like tonight, we was like, okay, let's get a gaming news. Let's look up and see this. Let's see that. And then we looked at each other and we said, hey, why don't we just chat? Why don't we just like talk about what's on our mind? Talk about the goals for next year. I think Josh actually had that idea. And I was like, you know what? That sounds great. That sounds amazing. So sometimes we're going to have those episodes, I feel like, where we do that. But a lot of times we're going to have a format, so people know what to expect when they come to our channel. But what we need y'all to do is put us out there. Hit the likes, comment, engage with us. We see it happening on TikTok, but specifically Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all those. Make sure you engage. That helps a lot. That lets us know what you do like, and it kind of helps us kind of set our goals for the next year. So,
I had a really weird dream too that I don't know if I want to talk about it. Maybe I do. It was strange. Maybe I'll tell it to you after the podcast, and I'll just kind of tease it for maybe the next podcast.
I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you about that pints and pies too when we get off. So we'll go ahead and end it. We'll do that.
Yes, sir.
Guys, thank y'all for stopping in for another episode of GG Rated Podcast. Thank you so much. Make sure you check us out on our last episode of 2024 coming up before the end of the year. It will be posted on Tuesdays at 8:30 when it does get posted. Guys,
that's right.
As always,
don't forget
we appreciate
to comment, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Don't forget to comment. Comment down below your gaming moment of the week if you know what that's about, if you've seen the past episodes and heard us talk about it before. And also tell us what game you're most excited about to be coming out. Mine is the new trailer from Gen Design's Project Robot. What's yours? Tell us
Witcher
about
4.
it. Is it Witcher? Is it GTA 6? Whatever it is, let us know. We would love to communicate with you in the comments. But we'll see you later. Thanks for listening to the GG Rated podcast.
Peace.
Peace.